Welcome to Shytalk!
How are you guys doing?
Hope you're doing fine. All we are is dust in the wind. Stay tuned.
So, spoiler alerts for those that haven't seen Avengers Infinity War. So, Avengers Infinity War, the conclusion to this whole 10-year Marvel Cinematic Universe. Feels like yesterday I was watching
Iron Man. Incredible Hulk.
With a different
A
actor.
different actor. Even a different Hulk.
Different Hulk.
It looked completely different.
I wonder if that Hulk could find a job anywhere else.
Finally, the conclusion, well, not really part one of the conclusion to a 10-year Marvel Cinematic Universe. And I feel like it did a good job, at least for the first part. If it was the actual conclusion, I feel like a lot of people would be disappointed.
Burn that shit.
But if you ask me, this is probably my second best, my second favorite Marvel movie
What's your favorite?
right now. My favorite is still Thor Ragnarok. We might do a video of our top 10 Marvel movies for someday. But right now it's about Avengers Infinity War. What do you guys think it did well?
For me, I think the opening hour was the best opening hour I've seen in any movie so far. Like the way they develop each characters into sections, like you will see in a series. They will say like, let's say in a series there's 5 characters, it'll be like Thor, and then that whole episode is about Thor, Iron Man, and then that whole episode is about Iron Man. So that opening hour, Thor getting the hammer, how Thanos just got his stones, you know, the how they all link together. That opening hour was amazing.
It's really interesting though. It's an Avengers movie, but it's like they all had their own movie, like a small movie in one.
And it was really long actually.
It's like
It was
3 hours and something.
Almost
minutes.
3 hours.
Almost 4 hours actually.
200.
That was the best 3 hours.
The best 3 hours and 45
But I
minutes.
mean, unlike other 2.5 hour movies, like for example, Transformers,
Oh
Oh
god.
my Jesus Christ.
this one actually keeps you on the plot the whole time, and you kind of wish it didn't end. Like, I wouldn't be mad if they actually went for like a 4-hour movie and they did part 1 and part 2 at the same time, instead of having us wait for another year. Cause
Actually no, because I would really have to pee and I don't want to miss a second.
I
of the
mean,
movie,
yeah, but you
Now
know,
you guys
like,
wear a bag.
they can do like an interlude, be like, oh, this part is over, you guys can go pee and come back in 20 minutes and then watch the rest. They did a pretty good job starting out the movie. They didn't waste time showing a lot of backstory for Thanos or any of that. He just showed up and he already wrecked Thor and
Dude, it was so
Asgard
crazy
crew.
that it started with a death. As
Yeah,
soon as they
man.
begun, they killing
That's
people.
what I was
Holy
about to say. The movie, something that it did very well. He's picture right in the coconut. Right in the coconut. The feels, man.
Yo,
From like the very beginning.
it did a good job. I also feel like it did a good job balancing Thanos, because if you guys don't know, those that don't read the comics or don't know who Thanos really is, Thanos is a pretty powerful guy. He's a pretty big deal. Like, this guy, without the Infinity Gauntlet, without the
He's
Infinity
still-
Stones, he's still pretty much not even close when
I
it
mean,
comes to power
we
levels
saw.
of the Avengers.
I think he
Like,
only had like 1 stone, and he like completely wrecked Hulk.
Yeah.
well,
he made Hulk nothing.
when he got to
No.
the Asgardian ship, he had the Power Stone, and that's pretty much enough for him to like just wreck everybody. Like, the Hulk, which is arguably the strongest of all the Avengers in terms of raw strength, raw power, he couldn't do anything. He punched him a couple times and he just got back up and just smacked
it was
him.
sad. I never thought I was gonna feel sadness for the Hulk.
If anything, the Power Stone is the one that he actually needed for the Hulk.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like, once you give him an Infinity Stone, it's pretty much over. Like, I don't remember who it was that said in the movie that he had 2 stones at that moment, and they said, oh, he's the strongest being in the universe already.
Just 2.
So we have to like protect the rest of them because we can't really do anything about him.
What's funny, I feel like they nerfed him down a little bit in this
And,
movie.
yeah, they still-
and he was still like OP.
That was
Yeah.
kind of where I was gonna get to, because they actually balanced them to the point that when they started teaming up on him, that whole scene where Spider-Man, Iron Man, Doctor Strange, the Guardians of the Galaxy, they were teaming up on him, and they were almost taking the gauntlet away from him. If you look at the comics, that's impossible. I mean,
Yeah.
Thanos at that point, he had the Power Stone, he had the Time Stone, he had the Space Stone, the Power Stone, and he had the Reality Stone.
It's like he let
All
them
he
do
had
that.
to do was use the Reality Stone to make them think that they're winning, and they could pretty much be punching each other
Yeah.
for all
Yeah.
they know. He could use the Space Stone to like teleport away anytime they're grabbing him, the Power Stone to just blast him. Like, they did a good job just making it so that Thanos actually kind of wanted to fight them and kind of wanted to struggle just to see what would happen. And they got pretty close until someone
I hate when plot happens because of stupidity.
Look, it had to happen.
according to Doctor
It just
Strange,
sucked.
it had to happen.
It fucking sucked.
But like, dude, come on, man. You had him. You had him. Peter Quill, what are you doing?
I'm glad he died.
He's like
surprised- I
one
hope
of
he
the
doesn't
few
come back.
person who glad with that died.
Yeah, I hope
Quote,
Guardians of the Galaxy 3 has Tony Stark instead of him. Yeah, I see it happen.
I mean, I feel like,
Spoilers for Galaxy.
the Russo brothers, the directors of the movie, they said that the death that happens are real. How real are they? I mean, obviously they did die, so it's not like
I mean, in the comics, they all died. They did die.
they died, but like
And,
what they're saying is like they actually did die, but that doesn't mean they're not coming back.
Yeah.
One of the obvious theories is that there's gonna be an event where they're gonna get the remaining Avengers are gonna get the Infinity Gems and reverse everything that Thanos did. Because obviously there's a Spider-Man film, the Spider-Man sequel coming. There's a Black Panther sequel coming. There's a Guardians of the Galaxy sequel coming, and all those people, except for Rocket Raccoon, unless they want to do the Guardian of the Galaxy with just him,
that would be awesome.
I mean, he's always fighting. He's the captain of the.
Yeah.
and unless they change Peter Parker for Miles Morales and they make I don't know M'Baku the new Black Panther or something. The gorilla guy.
yeah.
Unless they do all that, then there can't be none of those movies. And even if they do that, a lot of people are gonna be like, "What the hell? This
Or
isn't
probably,
what I signed
or
up
probably
for."
Thanos killing half of the universe revived Killmonger back.
Oh shit.
Overall, I feel like this movie was great. Even though it had like 60 something characters on it, it did a good job involving them all.
Yeah, man.
It did a good job also shitting on a lot of them. For example, Vision. Oh my god.
Oh my Jesus
Vision was a
Christ.
sandbag the whole movie. My man getting kicked
dude.
left and right, stabbed left and right, punched left and right. Bruh.
Vision is one of the
He was a
strongest
punching bag,
Avengers.
right?
Like, he's up there with Thor and the Hulk. Like he's top three if you think about the Avengers. Like he's probably stronger than Spider-Man and those guys, especially this version of Spider-Man because he's just starting out.
Yeah.
He just got
They made him
manhandled.
completely
And he got
useless, man.
manhandled by the freaking
Thanos is
by the
kids.
subordinates.
Yeah.
He
Not
got
even
manhandled
Thanos
by the subordinates of Thanos. He didn't even get manhandled by
crazy.
Thanos because by the time Thanos got there, he was dead.
He was practically
He died and Thanos brought him back
took-
just so he can get the stone and then kill
He
him.
brought him back and then killed him again.
Jesus.
What? You can't even satisfy yourself with death. He's gonna bring you back to kill you again.
He died twice in the
Hey,
movie.
Vision, I'm sorry, bro.
We're gonna have to change your name to Lishin because of all
Lishin.
that big ass L that you took.
Yo,
Jesus.
you know how in the comics Tony Stark and Strange have that mustache brothers thing going on? I was waiting for a reference to happen in the movie and it didn't come up.
I mean, they just met.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
It's
but-
probably later on.
They're
But
both douches too. They're dudes.
They
Yeah,
have
they're
pretty-
pretty much the same
they have a
personality.
pretty similar personality.
Yeah. I like the interactions too with the characters. And Spider-Man especially, he
Oh
brought
my
a
God.
lot of pop culture, talking about aliens.
Spider-Man, Iron Man, and Doctor Strange. That was
Yeah,
like one
that
of my
was-
favorite
that
pairings
was
in the whole
awesome,
movie.
man.
That was
Especially
really
when they met the Guardians. not so much for Peter Quill. I kind of hate Peter Quill now. Like, I loved him in the first two Guardians movie. Now I just, and it's not even, I mean,
He's
I
getting
don't
fat
know.
too. Come on, bro.
They made a
getting
joke about
fatter.
that. They did a wonderful job with all the character development in the movie. They showed a Hulk that was basically a big ass bitch.
Oh my god, I never seen the Hulk ever in any comic, movie,
And
anime.
if there's some criticism that I gotta give the movie, that's one of the things that I gotta say. It kind of doesn't make any sense because we've seen the character of Hulk, at least in the first movie, The Incredible Hulk. We saw that he had problems having sex because he couldn't get his heart rate to a certain point because he will Hulk out. So like fear and things like that, that all has to do with heart rate and it has to do with emotion and getting angry and stuff. So like, it wouldn't make sense that he can't Hulk out when he's scared.
I mean, I think because the whole thing of the Hulk is like his like Dr. Jekyll and whatever and Hyde.
Jekyll and
So
Hyde.
Jekyll and Hyde. So I think when the first thing that he said that he learned how to control the Hulk by always being angry all the time, right? And then in Thor Ragnarok, he was the Hulk for 2 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I think the Hulk developed his own conscience within Banner and Banner within him. So instead of hulking out when you're angry, I think he just had to like invoke him, call him out. I think he managed to find a way to not become the Hulk as far as the heart rate, but become the Hulk just by asking the Hulk to come out.
I feel like that makes sense in the comics sense of it because in the comics I think they actually address that.
Yeah.
Where he actually does get to a point where he can kind of have some sort of control over it, but I feel like the movies themselves, they set up a precedent where the Hulk is kind of a Deus Ex Machina type of thing, where he can only really control it when they need him to control it, which is kind of BS. But at the same time, like, they kind of did the opposite in this movie, where he couldn't control it when they needed him to control it.
I also
So
have
like,
this theory that maybe in Thor, Hulk had more screen time than Bruce Banner. So they probably wanted to give Bruce a little more screen time in this movie.
no, yeah, that's what he just said. Like, it went almost the whole movie being Hulk, so now they wanted to do the opposite.
Especially with OCGI that they just made in this Avengers movie.
Not only that, I also think having the Hulk it would make a lot of what happened in Wakanda meaningless. Because Hulk could just stand there and just start kicking.
It will give him a lot more firepower.
That whole part where Thor shows up and just starts wrecking house.
That would have been Hulk already.
Hulk would have been doing that already.
Also, I don't enjoy the part that Hulk didn't come out as much. But one thing that I do like is that Bruce Banner's and the Hulk's relationship is kind of getting better.
Yeah.
Because the way he speaks to the Hulk is like, come on, buddy. Like, we need you.
It's like they're friends.
It's like before, just Bruce hated him. Like, he didn't want anything to do with the Hulk.
Yeah,
and now it's like they're getting, better with each other. And
he
stuff
basically
like that.
wanted to kill himself because he was the Hulk.
He did try to kill himself.
Now that you mentioned that, in Thor Ragnarok, when he jumped out of the plane, he practically died.
That was another thing. Yeah, that's a criticism for Thor Ragnarok. I'm like, wait a minute.
He practically died.
He killed himself to bring out the Hulk.
And the Hulk didn't even come out until they pushed him to the water, right?
Yeah, like, I was like, that kind of doesn't make any sense. I mean, if the Hulk doesn't come out, then he's dead. Like, how's the Hulk?
How is it keeping him there from?
I don't know. Like, I feel like that's kind of inconsistent, but it's like so good that you kind of don't really.
They're just trying to build up the drama. That's why.
I'm really getting mad though that they're using this Hulk, one of the strongest being in their universe. That's just comedy relief.
I don't mind it actually. I feel like it gets
I
more.
think Hulk is very good at
I feel like I feel like it gets
man.
more character to the Hulk, cause otherwise it would just be like this brute that just smashes
It's like
stuff.
the thing that most people, especially you, hate about Superman. Because he's dull
like,
and boring.
No, Superman sucks.
So Hulk being just the angry type of monster.
Because this is what you gotta understand. Superman, no matter if he's Clark Kent or Superman, he's still boring. The Hulk as the Hulk is boring, but once he's Bruce Banner, he's funny.
I guess.
He's hilarious. He's charismatic. So passing that over to the Hulk, I don't understand because the Hulk is supposed to be this smash, Hulk destroy, Hulk smash. And now he's having full-on conversations with Bruce.
God.
No! It's like,
No! I really don't like that.
Listen,
Dude, and the thing is that Thanos wasn't even there. He's fighting his son. How he afraid of the son?
That was another thing. I was like, wait.
Like it would have been more funny if Hulk comes out, destroys the heck out of the sun. Thanos shows up and he hides. Oh hell no! Comes back into Bruce. That would have been hilarious. I would have died.
I'm out.
He said, no. You see, that would have been hilarious.
That would have been amazing.
That would have been
I can't even. But I have a
Bruce
theory.
Banner. Dude,
What the hell? What just happened?
he's probably tired.
It might be that. Like it might be like, no, wait, don't use me. He might be saying that. Like, he must
sleep, dude.
Since
like,
he doesn't really talk that much, he does talk, but it's like a caveman in his level of speech. He might be in a way telling Banner, no, wait, hold on, I'm tired. Let me rest. Hold on, no, don't use me now.
He doesn't need rest. He could just regain whatever.
God,
But maybe he's
He
like,
got regeneration powers.
but maybe he was out for 2 years.
Think that punch in the neck just took his regeneration away?
No, not regeneration, but he might be regenerating, but he might take longer because he was out for longer. Like he needs to.
I mean,
relax
Banner did
from that.
said
He needs a
that-
vacation.
Banner did
basically.
say that if there was a chance, if he turns into the Hulk, he might not come back.
Yeah, he did say that
But
too.
if the Hulk was tired, I don't know why he showed up in the ship. He shouldn't show up.
Okay.
I mean, he was so. Did he show up, or he
Nah.
was already there?
Nah, he
I
showed
thought
up
the movie ended with
nah.
him as a Hulk.
Nah, the movie ended with Banner.
Oh, okay.
It was Banner, Thor Ragnarok. It was regular old Banner in the ship. And then when Loki said we have a Hulk, it's probably Banner prepping himself to become the Hulk. And then he just came in.
Thank you. Let's talk about Loki for a second.
Loki.
Why? Well, we have to do that.
We have to for the people.
Loki, man. No resurrections this time.
No, I don't think so.
If not my favorite, he's up there in my favorite Marvel Cinematic Universe characters. Like,
Listen,
Hilarious.
this might be the thing though. That might not be Loki.
that's the thing about Loki, that you can never really tell if he's dead or if he's alive, or that if
He's
that's
the
him or
trickster.
not. He's
God
a
of-
trickster. He's the god of mischief, and if anything, he's basically the same thing with Thanos and the Reality Stone. You never really know what's happening with Loki. He could be dead. It will make sense that he's dead because, come on, how many times are you gonna kill
Listen,
him?
maybe he knew how bad Thanos was when he got to the ship. He hid and made somebody into himself.
I mean, if
That
if Thanos can kill him, what the hell is gonna take? for this
Because
guy to
remember,
die?
he worked for Thanos before, so he know how everything works.
Thanos actually brought him back to life because he died in the first movie, and it was said by the Russo brothers that it was Thanos that brought him back. That's why when he came back in Avengers, in the first movie, he was like so crazy and deranged. So
These
like,
people, though, they did it in the beginning of the movie though.
It's crazy. I thought he would have a big.
I'm also sad for Heimdall. I mean,
Heimdall barely did anything.
Idris Elba is a great actor, and I feel like they wasted him in most of his movies.
Idris, bro, just go to DC, try to help him out, become Green Lantern or something.
Yeah,
like that.
become
just do yourself a favor,
Stewart,
man.
Green Lantern. I mean, he was asking for a big. It's funny because he was asking for a bigger role, and
He
when
like-
they did, they just killed
They
him.
You know what? He would have been a great Black Panther, maybe.
He would have been
Yeah,
an excellent Black
excellent.
Panther. I'm surprised. I mean, I'm not surprised because he already was Heimdall, so they couldn't
Yeah.
really use him.
Yeah.
But that would have been my first choice. Like, he's
That's
probably
really
a little
crazy.
older. Maybe that's why, because they did that whole thing where T'Challa is the son of T'Chaka, so they kind of doing like a younger Black
I wonder if
Panther.
they have a bachata.
But sad for Heimdall, sad for Loki. Very sad for Spider-Man. Oh my god, that was the saddest death,
Dude,
dude.
I was crying.
Top 10 saddest anime death.
Top
Oh my
one.
god. Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good.
I don't want to die.
I don't want to
We just got him. Why will you take him away like that, man? We just got him.
That's
I
another,
mean,
another part of it.
I understand to the fact that the main character, quote unquote, of this whole MCU is Tony Stark. Like everything revolves around him.
Yeah.
Captain America, this guy Winter Soldier killing his parents. revolves around him. Peter Parker, everything.
Yeah,
revolves
he's
around him.
he is the protagonist basically. So it's interesting now that they have done all that, because years ago he was saying he didn't want to make no more movies. Oh, that was his last. Iron Man 3 was his last Iron Man
supposedly.
film. So he wasn't gonna come back, and they brought him back. They gave him more money. They gave him a more relaxed schedule. They did everything just to set up Robert Downey Jr. to keep being Iron Man.
It's like,
and now it makes sense because it's everything revolves around him.
He's the perfect Iron Man. Like, I know he's the only Iron Man we've seen in the movies.
He's just so good at it,
but
man.
it's like his attitude in real life coincides with Tony in the comics.
It's basically
That's
how
the same
Hugh Jackman
person,
is Wolverine.
I can't believe we haven't talked about his suit.
Oh my
That was so insane.
His suit was crazy.
His suit is in the box right here, cause I don't know how he got that operation and took the shrapnels out.
Yeah. He did.
So he put the suit in his heart.
It's the arc reactor.
Yeah.
Do
double tap.
He basically has the power, the battery.
Yeah.
You can say the battery, but he took out the shrapnel that was almost killing him.
But my favorite part is when Thanos is beating the shit out of him, and like he's taking metal parts from his feet and putting it in his face, from his arm to his face, from his side to the arm. I'm like,
dude,
oh,
that's so
shit.
crazy.
That whole sequence.
You know what's crazy? I didn't even notice that. But that sounds fantastic.
That's crazy.
Whenever I see the
amazing.
movie again, I'm gonna pay attention to that.
That sequence was amazing. You see his leg coming, they hit him in the face. From the side, he hit him with the arm, and that's when they stab him. I'm like, oh shit.
Overall, Avengers: Infinity War, fantastic movie.
Time for me.
I mean, if you guys haven't seen it, I don't know what you're doing here. We basically spoiled most of it.
What you doing with your life?
But if you want to go see it, even though you know all the spoilers now, you should go see it.
You still enjoy it.
It's still a good watch.
Enjoy it.
We didn't cover the whole movie. There's still a lot of
So
stuff that
just
happens.
some of the
and
stuff
it's
that we
pretty-
like. If you have seen it and you were on the fence, if you wanted to see it again, definitely watch it again. I'm gonna watch it again as soon as I have a chance. I can't wait for Avengers 4. We're gonna make a video about our theories. We mentioned some of them in this video. We're gonna talk more in depth about what we think is gonna happen in Avengers 4, what we think is gonna happen, and what we want to happen in Avengers 4, and a lot more. So stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next one.
See you guys.
Thanks for liking.